a very warm welcome to the State of States e-Conclave. This is the only platform in the country that brings you a thorough analysis of all the development work that's happening in the states. This is our 19th edition, wherein all around development of the states is evaluated across 12 parameters. This year we've also added the happiness index, which we felt was very crucial considering the last 2 years have been difficult, and that's putting it very mildly. I'd like to begin by thanking our sponsor RPG Enterprises, and with that we'd like to invite Mr. Raj Chengappa, Group Editorial Director Publishing, India Today Group, to please deliver the introductory remarks.
Hello and welcome to this virtual ceremony of the 19th India Today State of the State Survey and Awards presentation. India Today magazine began this unique survey in 2003, much before competitive federalism became buzzwords in the political lexicon. We believed that Indian states are the prime drivers of economic development and growth of the country. They are the spokes that keep the giant Indian wheel running. If the states do well, the country does well. If only a few states do well, the others will still be a drag on the country's rapid economic growth. Therefore, it is important that all boats are uplifted by the tide of development. So how does one measure the pace of growth and development of India's 28 states? We consulted top experts and put together a set of parameters for governance that are vital to the upliftment of the people of the state. These include obvious ones like providing better education, health, agriculture, and entrepreneurship opportunities, apart from maintaining law and order. Then there are also infrastructure issues like providing adequate water supply, power supply, and transport. As critical is how well the state is being governed and does it provide inclusive development. All these depend on the state leadership for vision and execution. So rather than rely on opinion surveys, we decided to base our study on hard facts and figures. We made the survey totally independent by engaging the leading research agency, MDRA, to collaborate with India Today magazine. For the 2021 survey, data was sourced by the agency from multiple reliable databases, including both central and state statistical departments and national sample surveys. More than 20 experts, including academics, representatives from Niti Aayog, think tanks, and research organizations, were consulted to determine the criteria to judge a state's performance. We have continuously fine-tuned our ranking systems. For instance, in 2018, when we found that some states kept winning because of historical, geographical, or legacy reasons, we started awards for the most improved state. We looked at the change effected in the past 5 years by a state to adjudge the winner of this category. Also, our results are based on outcomes rather than just on inputs. So, for instance, a state may have provided more clinics and hospitals in terms of infrastructure, but for our survey, the important criteria is whether these led to a reduction in child and maternal mortality and an improvement in overall life expectancy. The India Today survey uses over 200 such attributes or indicators to judge the performance in the 12 categories that we rank the states on. Based on the weights determined for each indicator, rankings in each category were arrived at. Totaling of the category-wise scores were used to arrive at overall best performing and most improved states. With small states winning most of the awards, to ensure a level playing field, we broke up the awards into big states and small states. Any state larger than 35,000 square kilometers and having a population of more than 5 million qualifies to being a large state. So we were able to compare apples with apples, and that made our findings more equitable. In the 2021 State of the State survey, apart from the 12 categories, we introduced a 13th one, the happiness index. Though happiness is an amorphous state, we consulted experts and came up with criteria to judge how a state performed on this index. It included assessing the prosperity of the state by taking per capita income figures, the indebtedness of a state, unemployment and inflation statistics, apart from scores for ranking on governance, infrastructure, law and order, and the environment. 2 states will be receiving the Happiness Award for the first time. This, however, does not mean that people in other states are less happy. It is simply a reflection of the performance of these 2 states across the parameters which we considered. With all these refinements, the State of the State survey and awards have come to be regarded as the gold standard of performance on the social, economic, and ecological health of the states. Even Prime Minister Narendra Modi has acknowledged India Today's contribution by terming our State of the State surveys as a benchmark and model for others to follow. Our primary objective of the State of the State survey is not to undermine any state's achievements and efforts, but to instill a sense of competition among all of them. Since these are quantifiable outputs, the states can share their experiences and learn from each other. This, we think, is the true value of our survey, which is to equip states with the knowledge to strive for excellence and recognize and reward those who have emerged on the top. We have a special award presentation with speeches from winning chief ministers and key ministers of winning states. So I'm not going to reveal who all have won the awards, but let it unfold. So sit back and find out whether your state has won an award. And for more details, read the special issue of India Today that is now out on the stands. Thank you very much.